Hello guys, this is the Epiphany. In this video, I'll be telling you everything you need to know about pets and pet mounts. The first part of the video will be telling you how to obtain them through the market. There's a different way to obtain them by exchanging resources, which will come at the end of the video. But firstly, you can go to the creature market and buy them from the selling rooms, which is basically pets that other people put up for sale. As you can see, pets, there is quite a lot of pets to choose from. All pets give different stats. For example, Brockhart is 120 agility and 20 air damage. The Thing is 400 vitality and 10% air resist. We also have random pets like Green Pewin, which is 120 strength and 40 crit damage. Very useful for an Echo Flip. And let's say a Tuin, which is 50 heals and 50 AP parry, which can be useful for a heal character. AP parry is AP loss resist, by the way. Pet mounts can be obtained from the market as well, which is, as you can see, there's not many pet mounts compared to pets. Pet mounts give different stats as well. As you can see, the wide range of stats they give here. There's many to choose from, all depends on what your character needs. Razorbuck, 100 pushback damage and 1 MP is very useful for pushback characters. Now we're going to learn how to differentiate between them. Now there's a difference between pets and pet mounts. As you can see, the pet I'm using right now is a water buck, and whenever I walk, the pet follows me around. We have a Scrot, which is Mimisimbic, and that is a pet mount. And the difference here is that a pet mount you actually ride on, it's big, and wherever you walk, the pet mount will actually walk, like you be riding the pet mount. So that's the difference between pets and pet mounts. It is also important that you know that both pet and pet mounts are in the same slot, so you cannot be wearing a pet mount and a pet at the same time. There is a mount which is different, and a mount is basically Seamule, Rhinitul, or Drago Turkey, which is equipped through a paddock where you have to use a mount certificate. That's different. Yeah, so let's put the pet back on, water buck. The next part of the video is telling you the advantages of wearing a pet. What I'm going to do is go to Underwater Sufokia. You could go to Silent Rex or anywhere in Dofus that is underwater. The advantage of having a pet is that you are allowed to use any type of pet underneath the water. It has an oxygen mask, meaning it can breathe underwater. But you cannot use a pet mount. So let's say I put on my Scrot. You can see that it won't let me because you don't meet the criteria. So that's a disadvantage of pet mount, which is why pet's better than pet mount. And you can see that Seamules is the only type of mount that works underwater. Drago Turkeys and Rhinituls do not work underwater because they can't breathe underwater. A Seamule is actually a type of fish, which is why it's allowed underwater. The next part of the video will be feeding and leveling up a pet. These come hand in hand because when you're feeding a pet, you're leveling it up. You cannot feed a level 100 pet. As you can see here, you right click here and there's no feed option because it's max level. Once a pet is level 100, you do not need to feed it anymore and it won't die at all. So what I'm going to do is look for a random pet that is worthy of being fed, and I'll show you the calculations for this as well and how to save money and stuff like that. Let's see, a popular type of pet, maybe Pink Dragoon, costs 20,000 karmas, and it gives 50 dodge and 40 AP reduction at level 100, which is the max level for the pet. Alright, so let's buy that. Now, one way of feeding this is it basically eats random resources. So you open up your inventory into the resources and you just drag random resources into there. It doesn't eat everything though. Some foods like this emerald stone actually give 0 XP, which is pretty bad. So it is a slow process, but it can be counted as if you want to dispose random resources. You can just feed it to your pet. Katana scrolls, 7 XP plus 5 levels. Yeah, so that's one way of leveling it up. But it's not really worth it in my opinion because there is a proper food which pets and pet mounts eat. Now the category for that is pet food, as you can see in the market. What they are called is enriched croquette, which can be obtained by 100 Colosseum tokens. So the 100 batch is, let's say that is 18,000 for one, because it's basically 1.8 million for 100. So let's stick with 18,000 for one. Each croquette will give your pet 500 XP points. I'm going to buy 400 of them, and I'll explain why shortly. But let's say 400 multiplied by 18,000 for now is 7.2 million commas. Alright, so now I'm going to be feeding them. Now you can choose the quantity you want, but I'm going to be going in lots of 100 to show you. The first lot of 100 will get your pet from level 1 to 84. Very important that you know this. Yeah, level 1 to 84. And that costs 1.8 million commas. Yeah, let's confirm that. Now it's level 84, as you can see there. The next lot of 100 will get it 8 levels from level 84 to 92, and it's going to show you what the stats of the pet will gain. Yeah, so now it's level 92. Obviously, every time your pet levels up, it's going to be gaining some stats, because the higher the level of the pet, the more stats it gives. Alright, so level 92, feed it another 100, and it will be level 96. Now the last part here is basically you have to feed it 93 only, and that will get it to level 100. So it costs a total of 393 enriched croquettes to get a pet from level 1 to 100. Now if you calculate that, that costs roughly 7.1 million commas. I don't know what that behemoth is, by the way. Yeah, so it costs roughly 7.1 million commas to get a pet from level 1 to 100. The next part of the video will be showing you how to save karmas when buying or leveling up a pet. From the previous part of the video, we now know that it costs 7.1 million karmas to manually level up a pet from level 1 to 100 using enriched croquettes. Now, you might be wondering, you've seen pets before that are level 100 that are cheaper than 7.1 million karmas, such as this airbuack here, which is 3.8 million karmas for a level 100 pet. So in this situation, it would be cheaper to buy the pet level 100 straight from the market. However, if you look at a blue P-Win, you notice that the cheapest one is 1.2 million, which is a rip-off for a start, because there's a cheaper way of obtaining it, and the level 100 pet costs 7.4 million. I'll show you how to obtain this by exchanging resources later on at the end of the video. But yeah, the most popular pet in the game is a snail mate, because it's very difficult to obtain. You need to have a certain achievement unlocked. The cheapest one in the market is 2.8 million for level 0, and we notice that there is a level 100 for 4.5 million, which is very cheap. It's even mini Simbict. And the next cheapest one, level 100, is 8.75 million. So what I'm going to do is buy this one immediately, and I'm going to put it up for sale again for 8.5 million, because I'm 100% certain that it's going to sell. It's a very popular pet in the game. People who are crit damage masqueraders or IOPs use this pet a lot. Yeah, so yeah, once again, I'll show you how to obtain that pet at the end of the video and explain why it's hard. So now mine is the cheapest level 100 pet in the market, and if it sells, then I'll get 4 million karmas profit easily. Let's have a look at some other pets here. Let's see what we have. Let's say young wild boar, which is used for Xilorium pandas, gives power and lock. As you can see, the level 100 one is 3.7 million karmas, whereas it's only costing like 9,000 karmas to buy level 1. So that's why it's cheaper to just buy level 100 straight from the market. These ones are a bit more difficult to obtain, so they're a bit more expensive, but Brockhart is only available in level 100. Tattoo is only, okay, so 6 million karmas for level 1 and 10.5 million for level 100. It'd be cheaper to just buy the level 100 pet. Alright, Green P-Win. cheapest one is 1.3 million for level 1, and level 100 costs 7.5 million. So that is a 6.2 million karma difference. Once again, it is easy to obtain a green penguin. I'll show you how to do that at the end of the video. It's simply exchanging some peewee feathers, which are very cheap. The last thing I'm going to do is put up my pink dragoon for sale. If you remember, I bought it for 20,000 karmas at the start. So if I put it up for 7.1 or 7.2 million, I'll be making profit. There's no level 100 pink dragoon in the market, so the best thing for me to do here would be to put mine up for a suitable price. So probably 7.1 or 7.2 million, that way I won't be making a loss. But I'll just put it up for 7 million so that the number is quite elegant and hopefully they sell soon. Yeah, so stay tuned and I'll show you how to obtain some of the pets that I recently mentioned in the video. I will now explain how to obtain pets by exchanging resources. If you want to know how to obtain a pet, search the pet up on Dofus wiki. But basically for all pets, you need to exchange certain resources to an NPC pet, which looks exactly like the pet, at a certain position. And you need to have a certain achievement unlocked. That way you'll be able to adopt a pet and the pet will disappear. You can only adopt a pet once per character. Another example is a blue penguin. It's very cheap because all you need is 500 blue peewee feathers and you exchange it with the blue penguin NPC at this position. You need to have the achievements Peewees and Astrobian Trek complete. Green penguin, similar story there, 500 feathers with the NPC green penguin. And you need to have the achievement Peewees and Astrobian Trek complete. Once again, you can only do this once per character, so once you adopt it, it's going to disappear. Lastly is the snail mate, which is an extremely popular pet in Dofus. You need to exchange 100 snailmate slobber and 1 snailmate shell with the snailmate NPC at this position. That's the easy part. But the difficult part is that you need to have the odd and even challenge achievement complete, which is from Kimbo's dungeon. It's difficult because you need to do kill Kimbo first, and I believe it was statue. That's difficult because if you end your turn on the Kimbo's glyph, you're going to die automatically. That's why not many people in the server have this pet. You can only adopt it once, so not many people have it. That's why it's on high demand. Yeah, so thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions about pets or pet mounts, please comment below, and I'll see you at the next video.